Okay, guys, here we are. This is part 4 to my Can We Trust Recruiting Rankings uh, video series. And today I'm going to do you another team with prospects who are ranked lowly or basically no respect at all, really, or some various degrees, but ended up being superstars or being the best players on their team. And today I'm going to focus in on the Washington Huskies, and I did them because they were in the college football playoff this year. And people were talking about how they've done a better job of recruiting over the years. And yes, they have done a better job of recruiting. But by far, all these names I'm going to mention today, they were the lower rated guys. And they really brought this team up. So I have to look no further than the Washington Huskies 2013 and 2014 recruiting classes. And you're going to recognize some of these names, especially if you're a Washington Huskies fan in Alabama. If some of you fans, you saw the game, you did the research, and even if you saw my videos, you're going to recognize these names. These guys who weren't that highly recruited didn't have higher ratings according to these sites, but ended up being the best players. So here we go, starting with the Washington 2013 team recruiting class. So linebacker Keyshawn Vieira, who wasn't the starter initially this past season, but because of injuries to Azim Victor and Joe Mathis, he had to step in. He was number 7. I remember him making a few plays, in the championship game and against Stanford, and I remember playing against Alabama. But across the board, and like I said in my last video series, I'm going to give you the rating from Rivals, ESPN, Scout, and 24/7. Across the board, in all 4, got 3 stars. Rivals, ESPN, Scout, 24/7. He was the starting linebacker over the past, ever since the linebackers got hurt. Kevin King, one of their 2 amazing cornerbacks, who's going to be one of the more sought after cornerback prospects, according to all the pundits and whatnot. 3-star prospect across the board. Kevin King was. Rivals, ESPN, Scout, 24/7. One of the top senior draft eligible cornerbacks this year. 3-star prospect across the board. Alabama didn't want to throw at him too often. 3-star prospect. Azim Victor, one of the more talked about prospects on their team, one of the more talented guys on their team, a guy who they couldn't live without, a guy who, when they didn't have him, the team changed on defense a little bit, and they couldn't really rush as well, and they couldn't really play linebacker as well as when he was in the game. 3-star prospect across the board. Rivals 3-star, ESPN 3-star, Scout 3-star, 24/7 Sports 3-star. This game-changing player, 3-star. And these aren't high 3-stars. They're just like middle of the road guys according to the ratings. Center, starting center, Coleman Shelton. Starting center, Coleman Shelton for this year. 3-star according to Rivals. And let me tell you, that's the best that it gets. He was not ranked. ESPN did not rank him. He was a starting center on this Washington Huskies line who did a pretty good job in pass protection throughout the year and run blocking as well. 2-star according to Scout. 2-star according to 24/7 Sports. Starting center, Coleman Shelton. Lavon Coleman, one of their 2 amazing running backs. The other one being Myles Gaskin. He got a little bit more respect than the other guys. 3-star according to Rivals, 3-star according to ESPN, 4-star according to Scout, and 3-star according to 24/7 Sports. One of their starting running backs, one of their 2-punch running backs, and he's out there getting yards, making guys miss. He has a little speed. It's like this guy, right? He's a 3-star. All right. One of their defensive linemen, first-team defensive end, Connor O'Brien, in this 2013 class. So 3-star across the board. 3-star according to Rivals, 3-star according to ESPN, 3-star according to Scout, 3-star according to 24/7 Sports. There you go. Now moving on to the 2014 class. Once again, these are all guys who are making big. You're going to recognize these names even if you don't follow Washington closely. You're going to hear these names say, "Oh, I heard those guys on ESPN when ESPN talked about the team." Sidney Jones, their other starting cornerback, who was one of the top eligible draft prospects, who a lot of teams are looking at, who a lot of people feel is going to go high as well, who's just a junior. Sidney Jones, 3-star prospect across the board. 3-star Rivals, 3-star ESPN, 3-star Scout, 3-star 24/7 Sports. See? Dante Pettis, the opposite starting receiver of John Ross. Dante Pettis, 3-star across the board. Rivals, ESPN, Scout, 24/7. 3-star prospect across the board. JoJo McIntosh, one of their starting safeties. 3-star prospect across the board. Rivals, ESPN, Scout, 24/7. JoJo McIntosh talked about as one of the important members of the secondary. 3-star. Greg Gaines, who played at La Habra, high school, right? Right around the area that I'm familiar with. One of my friends knows him. Greg Gaines, number 99 on their Washington defensive line, playing defensive tackle. 3-star prospect across the board. Rivals, ESPN, Scout, and 24/7. 3-star prospect across the board. Finally, one of their starting tight ends. Well, he's not the start. He's like the H-back, but he got a lot of playing time this year. Did a lot of good blocking for them in the game against Colorado. 2-star prospect according to Rivals. 3-star according to ESPN. 3-star according to Scout. 3-star according to 24/7 Sports. All these guys I just named on this list are starters or co-starters or just have a specialized role that they play an important role in the team. And Washington has they have like some 4-star guys on their team who do start actually. Like there's two tackles. I think Trey Adams and McCrary, they both were 4-star. But the majority of the team, all their leadership, all the most talented guys, 3-star prospects, some of them 2, some of them not ranked. It goes to show you, it's just a prime example of how, having 5-star and all that stuff, look, it is good for the media, it's good for the team to make the fans feel good. But the ratings, they're not always a good example, a good barometer for how good a player is going to be, or how they're going to develop, or how the coaches are going to help them get to where they need to be. And this is just a prime example. Washington, great job coaching, great job getting these guys up. It's not that these guys are less talented because they're 3-star, it's because they were underrated because the rating system is flawed. There's no way to completely tell how a player is going to pan out. And like I said, this is not to say that, recruiting is the worst and horrible thing, like the sites, they just do a horrible job. Not necessarily, but it just goes to show you can't put all this stock in them. And that's why when guys like TJ, LSU did, make the videos that he did about these guys who aren't getting ranked, it does make us mad because it's like these guys are great. They're playing great. You guys are just not rating them as well because they didn't show up to your camps, and pay the money to get their star rating. And it's really sad. So this is just another example, another in my series about can we trust recruiting rankings? Washington fans, I want to hear from you. If you know some more information about these guys to kind of like would illuminate the situation and even allow it to be more enlightening about how these guys flew under the radar, let me know. Put it in the comment section. Also, if you know about other guys on your team who weren't highly recruited or highly rated, put them in the comments as well and tell their story. Let us know about them and how it worked out for them. So thanks for paying attention. I'll see you on the next video where I think I'm going to do Wisconsin. Thanks, guys.